Justin Delatorre here with UFC middleweight Sean Loeffler. Sean, we were anticipating your debut. A little incident happened before your fight. Let us know what happened for those people that don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my coach, my strength and conditioning coach, Andy Schnoddick, he's at Holistic Performance. He had an eye problem, so he couldn't come to the fight. So usually before every fight, we do what's called like your last blow, your last hard minute. It's like, you know, really initiating your second win going into the cage. I felt fucking great. I would have knocked that guy the hell out. And so I always do 5 tuck jumps like he tells me to do, then shadow box for 30 seconds, pummel for 30 seconds, and then we go and we knock somebody out. And on my first tuck jump, I landed weird in between 2 mats in the UFC locker room. My ankle tore, I fell down, I jumped up, and the doctor goes, I think you broke your fibula and tibia. And I was like, I'm not a doctor, but why don't we get in there, because this isn't fucking ballet, this is UFC. And they're like, your shit's all fucked up. And I'm like, well, what do we gotta do? Just tape it. And they're like, well, we can't tape it if it's not cut. And I was like, well, then give me a knife and let's cut it, and then let's tape it, and let's get in there. And Joe So was like, listen, champ, you're not a sissy. We can't let you fight with that big of a disadvantage. And I thought it was just a twisted ankle. I go to the doctor, and I've had to have 2 surgeries on it already. But my rehab's going good. Holistic Performance in the compound, and Andy Schnoddick making it real strong. I'm going up to Reichel Physical Therapy in Long Beach 2 days a week too to work on more of my strengthening of it. Dr. Tal David and I believe it's Encinitas is working on me. And you know, I'll be back by August, September, the latest, and ready to fight against whoever I fight. Just look out, you know.
At the end of the summer, when you end your rehabilitation and you anticipate your return, who do you want to fight in the middleweight division?
The person who I'd most like to fight in the middleweight division is Anderson Silva, because he's a champion and he's Brazilian. So anybody that's a champion is who you want to fight. If you go into the middleweight division, the light heavyweight division, the welterweight division, you don't want to fight the champ, you're a faggot. I don't know if I can even say that, but whatever. The fact of the matter is that you want to fight the best people in the division to test yourself. I'm not in the UFC to fight like warm-up fights, you know, i.e. Buddy Roberts, so on and so forth. I'm here to fight the best people. If you beat me, cool, but at least I know I fought the best, you know? You don't go into boxing to not fight Mike Tyson, to not fight Muhammad Ali. You fight the best guys, and then it's really a win-win for yourself. If you're the underdog, you swing for the fucking fences and you knock somebody out. If you're the guy that is supposed to win the fight, all the pressure's on you. So, like I said, at the compound of South Bay Jiu-Jitsu, up with Bob Bass, you know, going up to Wild Card once in a while. I'm gonna start working with Ed Soares and those guys, Alex Palm and the Black House team, to get some sparring partners. And I know he's a member of that team, and I'm not calling out Anderson at all. I'm calling out whoever the champion is. If Chael Sonnen becomes a champion, then we're both gonna have the 2 loudest mouths in MMA talking shit back and forth, and that's gonna be a fun battle just right before them. But I got a couple more fights to win before I can call out any champion. I gotta prove myself in the UFC. I gotta win a fight in the UFC. Then I gotta win 2 or 3 more to really realize that I'm a relevant, you know, player in that division. But if you're asking who I want to fight, the champion. If you're asking who I'm gonna fight the number 15, 20, 19, 11 guy, move my way up, and then see what happens, you know?
Sure. One last thing before we let you go. Your rehab's going, you seem like it's going well. You still got a noticeable little limp. What do you do in your spare time when you're not rehabbing or helping your other guys train?
When I'm not rehabbing or helping my other guys train, I really like to play with myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, I like watching fights, man. I like going to fights, going to the UFC Fan Expo, pissing my coaches off. You know, I like just having a good time, having fun, going to the beach. I play with my dog. Her name's Zufa. She's a new puppy. So I've been playing with her a lot, hanging out with Shani Russ. That's my chick. You know, she's got a jiu-jitsu tournament April 29th. She's got one pro, actually, MMA fighter only fight. So she's going to rematch that girl, I think, because that girl's complaining and being a bitch about shit. So getting my fighters ready. Coaching is my passion, man. Coaching. So you said when I'm not in MMA, my whole life is pretty much MMA and owning my gym, the compound. But then aside from that, I like to show Swamp People and some Discovery Channel shows, and I'm a really big movie buff, going to movies and hanging out. And last but not least, family time, man. You know, that's all you got is family time, and it just puts a big smile on my face to come to small events like this, talk to people like you, and see the sport grow. You know, 10 years ago, guys like you and fans couldn't have even had access to a small fucking event on an Indian reservation out in a fucking barn in a fucking tent. So now you got this shit here set up. I know I use a lot of profanity to deal with it, people. This is uncensored radio, uncensored video too. So, you know, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna go 3-0, and that's my passion. Mixed martial arts, growing the sport, being obnoxious, and seeing where it goes, and talking to guys like you. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Enter code HUB749 for a domain name discount, and enter the codes below for other great discounts from GoDaddy.com.